My dad say I have $1 million smile.
Hi, my name is Borutski and I'm Supervising Director on the Loud House. And today I'm going to show you how to draw Clyde.
So you think you can help me? Did Napoleon have a Napoleon complex?
When I draw the Loud House characters, I always start with their eyes. And you'll notice I'm very rough with my line work. It's just sort of how I've always done things. Because I find that way, if you change your mind on something, it's easy just to draw over it and figure out, what lines you want to commit to and what lines you don't want to commit to.
I got this!
I usually just rough things out pretty quick. Get all the shapes that I want. And I'll tighten this part up later. So Clyde, he's got big eyes, big expressive eyes. He's always usually pretty nervous. So maybe we'll make him in sort of like a nervous pose. He's got a little neck, really small body. Most of the Loud House characters do. It's sort of the style of the show. So maybe he's got his hands behind his back because he's feeling a little bit anxious, which is very common for his character. So as you can see, I'm just keeping my lines really rough. It's okay, you don't have to be clean. It's all part of the process. He's got little feet.
This is awesome!
All right, so now I'm going to make my rough layer a lot lighter. I'm using Photoshop. But I mean, if you're at home and you're just using paper, use a lighter pencil and not a heavy line and then erase after, and then you can commit to your new lines that are on this layer. So there's many ways to draw. Every artist has their own thing. So as you see, I'm still kind of a little rough, but I'm gonna clean it up as I go. Just thicken his glasses. This line's really thick. And just kind of clean up the lines a bit here. I'm not going to make this drawing completely clean. It's going to be what we call in the industry a clean rough. But that's enough to go on. All right, draw his eyebrows. It's crazy how much the eyebrows can change the feeling of your character.
Hello, Dr. Lopez. Do you have any openings this week? I'm having trouble accepting change again.
I'll give you an example. So right now he looks almost cocky. And then if I just maybe go like this and change the line, he looks really mean. So it's that easy. So it's really fun to play with the eyebrows if you want. But today, I think I'm going to go for more of a almost inquisitive, I guess this looks.
Cool is my middle name.
He's got floppy ears. He's got a little bottom half of his face. And then we'll sort of throw a clean line over the rough lines of his hair shape that I did. I actually want it to taper in more here. As you see, I draw this character a lot, like every day almost, and I make mistakes. So don't get hard on yourself if you don't get it right the first time. Fill in the hair. So when you're drawing Clyde, his body is basically almost the same height as his head. So if you notice here, he's 2 heads high. So that gives you an idea of how big his body should be when you're doing the sizing. He's got a very small little body. So his body is basically like a cylinder that's tapered at the top. And once we add his lines on his shirt, it gives it a little bit more of a 3D dimensional look. His shoes are really round. He's got kind of really small, round little feet compared to some of the other characters on the show. And then he wears black pants and black shoes, so that makes this part easy. His legs also, they kind of go wider at the bottom, just a design element. I'm just gonna tighten up a few lines. This should go more round. His glasses usually come out a bit farther than his ear. 3 lines here on his sneakers. And then he has 3 freckles on this cheek, 3 freckles here. And that's how you draw Clyde from the Loud House.
I think my work here is done.